Today we're going to talk about reflection and how to create a reflection in your drawing. Reflections are very prominent in a lot of seascape pictures. Remember, scape means picture of. So a seascape would be a picture of the sea or the ocean. A landscape is a picture of the land, and a cityscape is a picture of the city. So today we're going to do a seascape with a boat on the water. So we're going to start by drawing our horizon line. And I'm going to put it about in the very middle of the page this time. I'm just going to draw, it doesn't have to be perfectly straight, but I'm going to draw my horizon line like this. Y'all see that? I'm going to make it nice and dark so y'all can see. I'm going to start with my horizon line. So I want you to follow along with me and draw what I draw. So on just a regular sheet of paper, you're going to start with your horizon line, and I'm using a pencil first. You can use any type of pencil, but I always suggest drawing with pencil first. Then we're going to draw our boat. Now you're not going to see the whole boat because part of it's going to be in the water. So I'm going to draw my boat, and I'm just going to make it super simple. We're just going to do a super simple sailboat. If you want to make your boat more complicated, by all means, add as many sails and details to your boat as you want. I'm going to make the two curves for the side of my boat. I'm going to draw a straight line across the top for the top of my boat. Then I'm going to draw ripples of water instead of a straight line for the bottom. Now that horizon line that's going through my boat can be erased. We don't need that. So far so good? Everyone following along? All right. So I've got my ripples of water. I've got my boat. Now most boats, unless it's a motorboat, need some type of sail. So I'm going to make the mast, which is the thing that the sail is attached to. I'm going to make the mast for my boat. And I'm going to draw a big, we're going to use a triangle. I'm going to draw a big triangle sail. A triangle is a shape with three sides. They're not always, for a sail we're going to curve it. It doesn't always have to be the exact same size all the way around. So I'm going to draw my straight line here at the bottom, leaving a little bit of space between the bottom of the boat and the sail. I'm going to curve that line up like this. Then I'm going to curve this line just like that. Erase a part of this mass that's going through the sail. And there's your sailboat. If I want, I can add the top of the mast up here. You can make a crow's nest, which is just a little basket that people could sit in and view the land, and it's just a little rectangle with lines going through it like this. Then on top of that, I would make a skinnier post with a ball on the top, and we're going to make a little flag. Just a wavy line, not like that. So there's our ship. Everyone see that? Were y'all able to follow along? Now we're going to talk about reflections. When we do a reflection, the reflection in the water would be upside down. It's reverse of what you see. So if I'm drawing my reflection in the water, and we don't want it to be a smooth reflection, it's not like a mirror, it's in water. But I'm going to kind of sketch out where my reflection would go, and it would go right here under the boat. So I'm drawing the shape of the boat very lightly upside down right there. I'm going to draw my mast upside down. Then I'm going to draw my triangle upside down. If you don't have room to draw all of it, that's okay. If you do, fantastic. Now I drew this lightly because we're going to go back and work on that some. Now that's a reflection. It's where this is the solid object, this is the reflection in the water. What you're going to do is once you have it drawn, you can shade it with pencil, crayon, paint, markers, whatever it is that you have to color with. I'm going to start with crayon because that's what I have right here, and that's the easiest for me. But again, you can use anything you want to color your picture in. I'm going to start by coloring in my sky. That's going to be the easiest. Go ahead and get that done. So I'm just going to choose a pretty blue. I'm going to color in my sky. All right, once you have your sky colored, I'm gonna go ahead and color in my boat. My boat's gonna be brown. And we're not working on the reflection yet, you're just working on your main image. Then I'm just going to use a gray for my sail. Actually, let's do a red. I'm going to use a red for my sail. Get nice and bright. Again, you can use any color. A yellow or a red, something besides blue, because your sky is blue. So I wouldn't do a shade of blue for your sail. Right. So there's my boat. Oh, and let's make this flag up here red too. There we go. So there's my boat. Now we're going to work on the ocean and the reflection. So the ocean, you don't want to use the same shade of blue as your sky. So I'm going to use more of a blue-green, and I might combine blue and green in my ocean. If I can find my blue-green. I've got this really pretty color here called sea green. I'm going to use a lot of it for my ocean. I might come back and add a little bit more blue to it. Now I'm going to start here at the horizon line, doing the sea green color, and I'm drawing straight across. I'm not drawing at an angle, I'm not scribbling it in. I'm going to trace the lines for my waves here. And I'm going to go over the line of the reflection, just a little bit. Do you see how I'm kind of coloring over that? Coloring straight across. I'm not coloring on the inside, but over the edge. You're going to do the same thing on this side. Because you're on the water, the reflection is not going to be smooth. So I'm going to go ahead and color the rest of my ocean this color. And going over the lines every now and then. Now, if you drew the bottom shape really dark, eventually you might want to go back and erase some of that because you don't want those lines to be very defined for your reflection. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the same brown that I used for my boat. Where is it? Here we go. I'm going to use the same brown for my boat. And I'm going to start drawing irregular lines. You don't want them to all line up at the same spot, because again, it's reflecting off water, but it's going to be a basic shape. So do you see this? Do you see how it is kind of the shape of the boat, but it doesn't have a hard edge, and it kind of overlaps with the green of the ocean, and it goes all the way up to the wake. Think of this, a little wiggly. That line can be a little wiggly, like that. Then I'm going to get the red that I used, and for my sail, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make it a little softer around the edges. So it almost looks like I scribbled, but it's the basic shape of the sail. Then I'm going to take a darker blue because I want it to stand out from my ocean a little bit. I'm going to come back around my wave and trace that line darker. This, I'm going to trace some wavy lines into my boat, kind of blend and shade it in with my water. So I'm creating, and it goes over. Do you see how I did it over the drawing? I'm going to add a little bit of that blue to my ocean. And it doesn't matter what shade of blue, just something that will work well with the color of your ocean, but not the same color as your sky. You can do some that completely overlap, like this. I'm just adding some dark blue waves. Sporadically. They don't have to be everywhere. And that's pretty much it. You've made a reflection. Now to make the reflection better and bolder, you can go back and add more detail. You can add more detail to your boat. Make the top part of your boat, the actual boat, not the reflection, make it darker so you can really see the difference between the boat and the reflection of the boat. Now if the water was really still, it would look more mirror-like. This is your final picture. This is what it should look like. So you have the boat and the reflection and everything colored. Good luck, y'all. Can't wait to see what you come up with.